Last player to beat him in Shanghai was Michael Holtz. That was 3 years ago, 2016 Shanghai Masters.
Well, if you're Kyren Wilson, you're thinking, well, I know that at some point, if I keep doing the right things, I will get my chance. It's unlikely O'Sullivan will just win 4 frames without something in reply. He'll get an opportunity. It's whether he takes it or not. I think it would mean a real lot to Kyren Wilson to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan. So he's been on the wrong end of a couple of heavy defeats in that English Open final where O'Sullivan was just sublime. Not much you can do about it. So I think he'd take great satisfaction from a victory here in Shanghai. Well, he hit that straight on, and it was about a 3/4 ball angle, I think. That won't make him feel all that confident, the way he missed that.
Well, that's worked out about as well as it could on the pink to the middle. A couple of little kisses.
Well, he doesn't mind that at all, the fact that the pink goes on the black spot.
Eight. $14. 15.
Well, of course, he has to get this bunch open soon. It's going to have to be, I think, from the blue. If he gets an angle top side, and he probably can go into them, although the shape of them aren't perfect. You easily slide off the bunch from that angle, down from the blue.
Oh, extraordinary noise in the audience.
$22. $27. 28.
Well, here's a chance to go into them if he's got the angle on the black, that is. He looks a tiny bit straight, actually. I think he has an angle, but it's not maybe quite as wide as he would have hoped. Maybe just a cue ball a couple of centimetres further down the table would have been even better. But he has to get the bunch open here. This is a power shot. Oh, hang on a minute. The pink spot might now be free. It wasn't there, but as you can see, it's become available. Well, that's not necessarily very helpful for Kyren. Yeah, look how he played that. I don't know whether he played to get onto the pink, into the corner pocket or what, but he's miles away from it. It's a terrific pot, I have to say. But this break, once again, is getting harder and harder. Doesn't seem to faze him, though. Just keeps going. That was never anywhere but near jaw. He was slightly found wanting there. There was a good chance. He got the bunch open. But when he potted that red to the middle, he just didn't even sort of almost try and get on the pink to the corner. May prove significant, may not.
Well, Sullivan lining up this red to the green pocket. Yeah, it was a big shot.
Indeed, as you were. Now we're back with Kyren. This is now an opportunity to chalk up what would be for him a very satisfying victory.
Yeah, we mentioned the Champion of Champions final. One thing about that, though, he was very gracious afterwards, Wilson. He had every right to be disappointed. He was a bit unlucky, but didn't talk that way at all. Just said, no, I wasn't good enough, on to the next event. And actually the next event was the next day, wasn't it? He had to play in Belfast the very next day. Lost to Lee Walker late at night.
Well, the fact is, Dave, he's just a good man, isn't he? You know, he gives it all on the table. And I remember in the Masters, because we had the match, which was, you know, billed as a bit of a grudge match, because Kyren Wilson and Judd Trump, they're not the best of buddies, really. There's not a huge rivalry, but it is a modern-day rivalry. But after Judd beat him, he was out there signing autographs for about 20 minutes after that match for anybody that wanted them. So he's a good man, tries his best, and if he was to lose, he takes it in the right way.
Well, he's got his second chance in this frame to get himself over the line. He's a rather adventurous player, isn't he? The cue ball control maybe not as strong as some other players.
I was going to say there, actually, that it's helpful that the yellow was away from its spot, because that was a bigger area to go through, but he still hit the yellow on the way through. And once again, could have perhaps made a few more than this. Well, he really is giving this everything, but it should not have been quite as difficult as it is.
Foul.
Something had to give. I didn't expect it to be that, I have to say.
Kyren Wilson 13.
Goodness me. Well, I'll tell you what. Before that shot, Dave, if someone says you can hit the blue and finish behind the green, well, I'd have thought they were psychic.
Free ball he's left. Yeah, amazing. He spent so long lining up the red, and he somehow caught the blue. Free ball, so brown as red. Wriggles in. This has just been the thing for Wilson. not killing the frames off cleanly because he's just been losing position.
1.
Yes, Dave, big moment this. If Ronnie can find a way of winning this frame, then all of a sudden it starts to get a little bit of a pressurised situation for his opponent.
Well, particularly as he's had 2 good chances, Wilson, in this frame.
Yeah, so Ronnie might just sense there's something here at stake. This match is
5.
not over.
Six.
Well, quite ideal in anything.
What a good recovery shot that was. Is he on the red though?
13.
Well, I think he's got to play the red to the middle. Not easy. Ronnie's turn to struggle with his position. Not something you say that often.
Power side 114.
Some touch if he's reached it. I guess he has. Referee was on the case there and he's just dropped it up to the bottom of the pink. That was a pretty good shot. Not an easy shot to play that because the red on the right is so far down the table. He's done well to cover it on that one. Wait for it. Not as played, of course.
Yeah, he's had a bit of running here and there, it's got to be said, Wilson. He's 30 points in front. In the frame, he needs to put himself in the semi-finals. Of course, apart from anything else, there's a big jump in prize money, isn't there? 32,000 they're on at the moment. It goes up to 62.5 getting to the semis. Of course, the winner on Sunday gets 200.
Couldn't make it up. How on earth has that red gone in? The other one nearly went in. But he's not on a colour very easily. That's the other thing to say. If he'd have been on a colour, it would have been an outrageous fluke. Now, if he doesn't knock this green in, that could be the end of the match.
Yeah, it's the fact this other one clung on. It's one thing that one went in, but the other one, as you say, clinging on means you bang under it now to knock this green in. Big shot, this. And it's in. Had to go in. Could have been over.
Would have been over, I think, Dave. I really couldn't have seen him not finishing off the match from there, but anyhow. It kind of adds to the significance of the fluke, doesn't it, that he potted the green afterwards.
Well, Wilson was in a couple of times.
11.
with chances. Will he get another one in this frame? Fluke could be a huge moment in the match.
12. Eighteen. 19.
Guess getting onto the yellow could possibly cause him a problem.
$25. 26.
In rolling in the blue, he can finish just in line with the yellow, and as you can see, maybe to reach it from that left side of the table, it probably is as decent a shot into the yellow as he's going to get. I think he's more than happy to finish there. Doing nothing to stay on the green.
31.
It's a missable pot, obviously.
Well, what a chance now. He knows it could have been over.
36.
Had that fortune, the red going in, the fluke. Who's to say that hasn't turned the whole match around in his favour? Still in trouble, but as I say, could have been out.
40.
Just needs the blue.
45.
So not as emphatic as the last frame where he made the century, but all the same, O'Sullivan's now won 2 on the spin. Kyren Wilson still 1 from victory.
51. On the side with 51.
So 51 break from Ronnie O'Sullivan. It started with that fluke. He's still getting great support here from this crowd in Shanghai as Kyren Wilson's lead is reduced to 5-3.